How would you choose between SOP or SOAP and REST web services? Choosing between SOAP, which is short for Simple Object Access Protocol, and REST, which is short for Representational State Transfer for web services, involves considering various factors about your application's requirements, in- including the specifics of data handling, security needs, scalability, and the preferences of the development team. Let's talk about some guidelines to help you decide between SOAP and RIST for your projects. Let's start. Let's delete everything here. Let's start by data format requirements. So, in terms of SOAP, SOAP supports XML exclusively, which ensures strongly typed checking and well defined contracts in the data exchange. This can be important for enterprise level applications where exact standards must be followed. REST, on the other hand, primarily uses JSON, which is lighter than XML and easier to to parse on many platforms, particularly web clients. REST can also handle other formats like XML and plain text and even custom MIME types. In terms of the number two, we talk about security. Security. SOAP provides built-in robust security features through WS Security, which includes support for encryption and authentication. SOAP standards for security are generally more comprehensive, making it suitable for enterprise applications where security is a critical concern. On the other hand, REST uses standard web security over HTTP, while REST supports HTTPS for encryption. It relies on external standards for token-based authentication, such as OAuth. REST's approach is simpler but may require additional layers of security for highly sensitive data. Number three, we will talk about the stateful and stateless operations. SOAP can support stateful operations using WS standards. This is beneficial for transactions that require a multi step process that needs to maintain state over several requests. REST, on the other hand, typically stateless, meaning each request must contain all the information needed to process it. While this improves scalability and visibility, it might not be ideal for complex transactions requiring multiple related operations. Number four, we will talk about performance and scalability. SOAP generally heavier than REST due to its verbose XML format and detailed processing model. This can lead to slower performance and reduced scalability when handling large volume of requests. On the other hand, REST tends to be faster and scales better due to its stateless nature and support for caching mechanisms. It's typically more efficient for web and mobile applications. Number five, you want to talk about the ease of use. SOAP has a rigid set of rules that must be followed in its use of XML, which can complicate the implementation. However, this also means that SOAP has a standardized protocol which can be beneficial in environments where formal contracts are required. On the other hand, REST easier to use and understand and more flexible in terms of data handling, making it a popular choice for developers. REST can be used for building APIs that are consumed by varying clients like browsers, mobile devices, etc. Number six, we want to talk about the network and transport. In terms of SOAP independent of the transparent layer, meaning it can work over HTTP, SMTP, TCP, and more, while which provide more options for how messages are delivered. In terms of REST is tied to HTTP as its underlying transport mechanism, limit its use to systems that can communicate over HTTP. And number seven, the specific use case scenarios. SOAP is more suitable for enterprise level web services where high security, transactional reliability, and prescripted standards are required. Common in financial services, telecommunications sectors, and high stakes business applications. In terms of REST, it's ideal for public APIs for web services, especially those accessed by web browsers and mobile apps where bandwidth and resource are consideration. In conclusion, the decision between SOAP and REST should be based on specific project requirements, the nature of the client server interaction, security demands, and the preferred data formats. REST is generally more suited for web based services with less stringent security and transaction requirements, while SOAP or SOP might be better choice for enterprise environments where the standardization and security are critical. So that's it for this video, and see you in future.